Going through, I'm listening to some music. I'm trying to find things where the mix is kind of broken down. I hear an intro that has either bass or some keys playing something without drums so that I can kind of mix and match these pieces. And I have found Adrian Baker, Future Prospect. Let's give that a listen. One, two, three, four, two, two, three, four, one. So these little progressions here are 2 measures each. I'm going to go ahead and place my cursor, tab over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. Okay, so right there I can see. I'm going to tab over. Always remember to tab over. Even listen to make sure that you're right on that downbeat. I'm going to highlight this with my grabber, and I'm going to listen to that and see if it loops well. Pretty okay. 2, 3, 4. Okay, go right there. And for the purpose of this demo, I'm just going to use those 2, okay? So I am going to call this Adrian 1. Adrian 2. I'm going to highlight both of them because you can export multiple clips at once. Export clips as files. They're going to the samples folder. They're named. Wave interleave 2444. Perfect. Go. Done. I'm not going to use the Jimi Hendrix thing because actually I did that and you can't watch my video. Jimi Hendrix is big on the copyright infringement. I found this bass line, and I'm going to take that. So I'm going to tab over to the beginning. So this ba-boom, that's exactly what we were talking about with the drums. All right, so we're just going to leave it like that. Export. Clips as files. Go into samples. I didn't name it. That's okay. Now, this one, I wanted to find something a little bit different. Something more noise or kind of noise related. This is Eruption by Van Halen. I don't know if this is going to get tagged or what. I'm going to take this, okay? I don't really care how long it is because this is not a tempo-based sample, but I am going to export it. And I like to export, even if, like, you could, in theory, bring in the entire song into Kontakt, but I do find that it lags. It doesn't always work that well when you do that. All right, so I am going to get rid of all these audio files because they're just in my way. So just hiding them. They're still there. When you do that, make sure that you mute them so that you don't hear them ever again. I'm going to leave this drum beat in here for the sake of kind of experimentation. I'm going to make a few more stereo instrument tracks. I'm going to call this one Drums 20 from my 20 hip-hop drum samples. And let's use this same deal here. What did I call that? All right, there's that one. I'm going to take Adrian 1 and Adrian 2. I'm going to take that bass, and I'm going to take Eruption. All right, I'm going to set all these up as outputs. So output 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 5, 6 and 6. Okay. Few of these things I can just go ahead and draw. So I'll go in here. I will choose drums 20. So that is what I'm drawing. I'm going to do that on C3. One measure. I forgot something. What did I forget? I didn't set up my MIDI output selectors. 2, Kontakt, 3, 4, 5. And I didn't check my outputs either, so I wouldn't hear any of this. Plug in Kontakt 2. Plug in Kontakt 3. Remember that the host is number 1 and you don't need to change it. Okay. All right, so this is an example where our tempo of 75 is slower than the sample. The sample has finished, and it kind of wants to know what to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and sync and slice, turn on Time Machine. I'm going to raise up this tempo because I'm going to fall asleep if I do it like that. All right, next sample. Adrian 1. Do I have more samples than I thought? Yeah, actually I have 6. So I need to make one more instrument track. All right, and I'm still in the total experimentation phase. Okay, so the Adrian phrase was 2 measures long. So I'm going to draw 2 measures here. And I'm going to choose the next one, and I'm going to draw 2 measures starting at the next spot. All right, so now I have drums, and let's see what this sounds. Okay, let's listen. I didn't sync and slice Time Machine. All right, so it's not on time because those samples are finishing before our drums are. Wave editor, sync and slice Time Machine. Adrian 2, wave editor, sync and slice Time Machine. All right, that works. Let's get the bass in there. I will go ahead and wave editor and sync and slice that one as well. And so now that we're bringing in another pitch-based instrument, I don't know if this is going to work. Because it's going to change chords and everything. And now that I'm hearing it in context, I'm thinking I'd like to shorten it. And I have 2 ways to go about this. I could shorten the note, and it'll stop playing. It does seem to have a bit of a lag, though. So I'm going to actually just end this right before that second part. All right, I hear a little click there. That is a very important example to look at because you can see that I am cutting right in the middle of a wave cycle, which is not good. So I want it to go kind of where the wave is crossing the x-axis. Cleaner. So no matter how long my note is, it's just going to play that. Okay. All right, so now this one I would need to kind of to find where it is. And it's kind of iffy. This one's not so much. But close for the demo. All right, now, will anything related to this Van Halen sample work? I actually, because it's not tempo based, I don't want to draw it in. I kind of want to trigger it. And for this one, I got to go to 6 and plug in output 6. All right, kind of horrible. But I'm going to go ahead and do it for the sake of doing it. So 2 reasons I want to do that. One, I just want to lower the volume and see what it sounds like. And there's really no way to make that sound good. I don't think. I mean, there is. I mean, we could fool around with it for sure and have some fun, but I don't want to spend a whole lot of time trying to make something that I would probably abandon pretty quickly. Cut all the low end out. Put on some delays, always fun to do. Let's see. So because I haven't turned on Time Machine, if I pitch this, it's also going to play a lot faster, or if I change the pitch. Okay, now I'm actually kind of thinking it's not the worst thing. Okay, you know, still too loud, still obnoxious. But there you go. You know, this is all mostly examples of syncing samples and their tempos. What does this sound like if I put these 2 drum beats together? Sounds different than either one of them on their own. All right, there you go.